This survival machete takes the original Soviet special ops design and improves the functionality. The Spetznaz survival machete features a full-profile tang and contoured hardwood scales for superior comfort and balance. This machete means business. It's thick, tough, and up for everything from light chopping to heavy-duty digging and even emergency sawing. The carbon steel blade is a whopping 3/8 inches thick, giving you the weight and sturdiness you need for any task. And let's not overlook the thoughtful details. There's an integral thumb rest with a nifty nail puller slot. This survival machete comes with a nylon sheath that has leather trim and 2 belt loops for tip-up or tip-down carry. Survival knives come in many shapes and sizes these days, but history has selected a handful of designs that stand the test of time. One of them is the kukri, a knife that got its start in Nepal. Fast forward to today, the Odins Toothpick updates the kukri as a modern tactical and survival knife. At 15 inches overall, the Odins Toothpick is a formidable chopper. The 9.84-inch blade of this knife is crafted from 0.39-inch thick 9CR18 stainless steel with a rust-resistant coating. At 42 ounces, the knife bites in deep and hard, consistently discharging large chunks of wood with each blow. It has a forward-weighted tendency, though not as much as some choppers or even a traditional kukri. However, the blade curve accentuates swinging power and presents the edge at an angle in relation to the target, so the knife shears on contact. The ultra-ergonomic handle is machined black G10 fastened by 3 Torx head screws. The grip features an integral front guard and a flared butt to prevent backward sliding of your hand. Moreover, the knife comes with an expertly designed Kydex sheath. The rig's leather dangler attachment permits the heavy knife to swing and pivot freely on your belt in response to your movements, being accidentally snagged on brush, etc. Having the knife swing freely makes it more comfortable to carry. For over a century, SOG has been crafting quality blades and tools offered at a fair price. And a fantastic example of the Texas outfit's modus operandi is the Jungle Primitives machete. Spanning 15.3 inches overall, this USA-made machete features a 9.5-inch partially serrated blade that's positioned opposite an offset tool sawback spine. A design that's been brought to life in a powder-coated 8CR13 MOV stainless steel construction. It's a short and handy tool that cuts through brush both thick and thin. Some people hate serrations, some people love them. This knife has them. The serrations on this knife are a little deeper and more aggressive than most that I've seen, and they cut cordage and rope with ease. Moreover, the sawback allows you to chop hefty branches and wood. The Kraton handle, it's extremely comfortable and helps you resist hot spots, blisters, and sore hands after a day of chopping. The compact size also makes it relatively easy to carry and pack in and out of the great outdoors. When it comes to bang for your buck, few survival knives offer as much as the SHRA F52 Frontier. Much of the credit here goes to the simplicity of SHRA's design. The entire knife is composed of a single piece of 1095 high-carbon steel with 7 inches dedicated to the blade. The thermoplastic elastomer handle is beautifully textured with a hooked pommel and finger guard keeping your hand in place. There's also a nice patch of thumb jimping up top and a generous forward finger choil. All of these features result in a wealth of possible grips, making the SHRA F52 a surprisingly versatile tool. It weighs in at a neat 1 pound, allowing users to put some force behind their cuts. Beyond the knife itself, the SHRA F52 comes with a comfortable sheath, complete with a pouch containing a ferro rod, striker, and sharpening stone. That essentially makes this a complete survival knife kit for less than half the price of some of the more premium models on this list. Tops Knives has roots in the military community, and this knife is as prepared for anything as a Special Forces soldier. On the surface, the Tops Kuma Takri looks like any other large survival knife, but there are lots of little details that make it incredibly versatile and effective in the field, such as dual spindle sockets for making a bow drill for starting a fire. There's also a small pry for scraping and lanyard hole at the butt of the handle. Another smart feature on the blade is a partial back edge for reverse swings. This secondary edge will naturally see less frequent use than the primary edge, and thus can serve as a backup sharp edge if the main edge becomes dulled and field sharpening isn't feasible. This is a sturdy survival knife with a substantial 7-inch blade. Everything about it looks like it'll stand up to some serious use, and it does. Its full tang frame is built out of 1095 high-carbon steel with a thin strip of black linen micarta handle for weight reduction. The belly of the blade is deep for chopping firewood and shelter building. The blade also features what the designer calls shark tooth serrations for blocking, ripping, and tearing bush, cord, or anything that gets in its way. For a powerhouse like this, there's really not much more I could ask for. Maybe S35VN or even just Nitro V version would be icing on the cake. Perhaps my all-around favorite survival knife, the Joker Nomad, is a plain-edge survival knife made from Bowler N695 stainless steel. Joker has built the Nomad to be a beast of a knife at 9.75 inches long with a blade length of 5 inches, weighing a mere 10 ounces. The Nomad not only fits comfortably in your hand, but also possesses sufficient heft to withstand substantial use and abuse. The cutting performance of this knife is absolutely fantastic, making quick work of just about any material you might need to slice or chop through. With that said, the knife is not really designed or balanced for chopping use, but it works adequately for that and perfectly for batoning wood. Whether you're using it to cut through hardwoods or even treated lumber, the Nomad's up to the task. The thoughtfully designed micarta handle accommodates medium to large hands with ease and ensures your hand stays safely away from the blade. Completing the package, the Nomad comes with a genuine leather sheath. This multi-function survival tool has been so well thought out that it can be adapted to such tasks as trail clearing, fire prep, and even shelter building. But the Woodmans Pal also excels at self-defense. It's the one tool on this list that we say has been used by American soldiers in war. The main blade on the tool is great for chopping, splitting, and trimming. This makes the Woodmans Pal awesome for prepping anything from kindling to larger pieces of wood for fire. The sickle hook on the back of the tool was great for shaving, pulling, pruning, and cutting. But the Woodmans Pal isn't just about pure raw aggression, processing, and demolishing. It's also got quite a bit of safety baked into it. Take the leather-banded handle that's surrounded by a steel handguard. The leather conditions to a point where your hands wouldn't slip from it unless you let go. The handguard keeps your knuckles safe while you're slashing and chopping. Then there's the round toe at the front of the blade. This is so you don't cut yourself if one of your wild swings misses its target. Additionally, the notch in front of the sickle hook was added to make sure your hand doesn't slip into it. If the Woodmans Pal was sufficient enough to be given to soldiers in World War II so they could survive in battle and beyond, we think that's good enough for any one of us looking for a few days in the outdoors where our biggest enemy might just be mosquitoes. This minimalist survival knife can be easily converted into a spear, and it's pretty much indestructible, doesn't weigh much, and takes a keen edge. It has a hollow handle that allows the knife to be affixed to a shaft for use as a spear or harpoon. A honing steel is included in the sheath so you can touch up the blade if necessary. It may not give you a shaving sharp edge, but you can fix any nicks without having to regrind it. The cold steel Bushman has an almost cult-like following among its users, and some of the mods they make to this knife make it a real standout. Add a retention strap to the sheath, and you have a very capable survival knife that can be pressed into a variety of roles.